Welcome to Game of Roses. This is PaceCase.
This is BachelorClues, and what you're about to witness today is something that's never happened in the history of Game of Roses. Yes, we are going to talk about the most recent 3 episodes that came out of Perfect Match Season 3, but the back half of today's show is going to be groundbreaking. We're going to do something. Not only have we never done it, we've actively said we would never do it.
I have a rule that I'm not allowed to go in there.
That's right. We, there were only 3 episodes that came out. We're going to go through our kind of top 10 things that have happened in these 3 episodes, but we also wanted to take a minute to, and I can't believe I'm saying this, go into the Bachelor subreddit. We're going to read some of the top posts and react to them. Bachelor Nation is not in a good way right now. The sentiment generally...
We're checking in with the nation.
I mean, we're checking in with the Reddit. So
yeah, we're checking in with some of the nation. Sliver.
It's going to be an interesting ride. I've kind of like poked around in there a little bit, but I haven't really gotten down to the nitty gritty of it. But I know primarily no one is happy with Bachelor Nation right now. BIP is tanking. No one is enjoying these episodes. We have an upcoming golden season with a golden bachelor that is literally hated by everyone in the nation.
What could go wrong?
So we're going to do that. This is kind of experimental. We're going to see how it works. Hopefully you will join us for it. And please let us know in the comments and stuff, DM us, whatever, wherever you send us information. Please let us know if you enjoy us going through the Reddit. Maybe we'll do it from time to time.
Hopefully I won't see something that ruins my day or week or even my year.
Your month, what is it? Your week, your day, your month, or even your year. Reddit
or something that I will read about ourselves or other people that will stick with me forever, because that's happened.
Interesting.
Trauma.
Yeah. For what it's worth. So
yeah, hopefully not.
I went on another podcast yesterday for Necessary Conversation.
Humble brag.
Yeah. And I get asked the same question. What's that?
What pod?
It'll be out. I'll put links to it.
Okay.
I got asked the question, like, how do you react to all the negative comments and stuff that you get? And my reaction was this, and maybe this will help you in some way. I really view that podcast as like, much like reality TV. It's just this little clipped, edited thing. And the reactions that people are having to anything in that podcast, at least this is how I deal with it. I say they are simply reacting to the characters being portrayed on that show, just like reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not reacting to the real me or the real my mom or my dad or my sister or what have you.
Right. The death threats are to the characters.
They are.
Of your family.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that helps a lot. Okay.
That's how I deal with it.
No,
anyway,
it's like rationally, I know, like, what a bad place you have to be in to even write a negative comment, period. I was almost in that place with The Last of Us, episode 3 of season 2.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be so riled up to even put something like that. And so it's like, that person's not in there. Whatever. It's fine. Let's just get to it.
All right. Yeah, I know. This is us amping ourselves up to go into Reddit. It's like getting ready for war, putting on your armor, deciding which shield you're going to use. Okay.
I don't have the shields.
I'll be your shield. That is about halfway through this episode, roughly, I think, maybe at the 45-minute mark or so.
We'll see once we
dip
get
into
through
Reddit.
These. Yeah.
But we must now begin by talking about episodes 7, 8, and 9 of Perfect Match Season 3, the first third wave reality dating format in total. There have been some other ones where 1 or 2 players are from a different franchise from outside the system. But this is the first time, at least that I'm aware of, where you have multiple players from multiple other giant, not only reality franchises, but franchises from outside the network making the show. So there's obviously a bunch of NRU people from different, Love is Blind, Too Hot to Handle, et cetera, et cetera. But now you've got Bachelor, you've got Siesta Key.
Mm-hmm. And it can also be advertised. Like whenever I open Netflix and it shows Perfect Match, it only shows me Clayton and Rachel. Like it
That's
knows like I'm a Bachelor person. So I don't even know how it would know that, but
yeah, I don't know if it can.
Those are the ads I see.
Interesting. Well, let's begin here. First of all, we also must say this. This is perfect match related. Maybe one of the biggest things that happened this week wasn't even in the show. It was Rachel Recchia revealed what Clayton Echard was talking about when he said that they had lifestyle differences, which he didn't want to tell her about. She went on, she went on a podcast. She went on a couple. She went on Love to See It. And she went on also AD's podcast, the official, I was going to say the official Bachelor Nation podcast, but the official NRU podcast. And she essentially laid out that the lifestyle difference was the gymnasium. Clayton is looking for somebody to be in the gymnasium with him 24 hours a day, I guess, roughly, or every day at least. And Rachel Recchia said, I like to go shopping and my life is fulfilling in other ways. And so that was the lifestyle difference.
We were making a lot of hypotheses about what this could be. Is it religion, politics, food dislikes? No, the gym.
Got to be a worker outer if you're going to get with the ultimate Viking.
That's wild.
Absolutely. It also is strange to me that he was like unwilling to say what it was when he was on Buyout Files.
That's what I mean. That's why I still have questions. I'm like, was it
But I can
the gym?
see like maybe he thought it was in some way going to be perceived as him making like a negative comment about her physicality or something. I don't know, you know?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's the party line. I can see him
being cautious.
This is what Recchia said. And at this point, I'm believing everything Recchia says. This is maybe not on our list, but for me, the biggest thing coming out of the season of Perfect Match is Recchia. I think this is her ascension into third wave stardom. And I am very excited to see whatever she does next. She is, in my opinion, flourishing. And it's late to the party for sure for her. We saw Gabby Wendy fucking rocket out of the Rose Ceremony from Hell into superstardom across every platform she has touched. She just can do no wrong. And now she's hosting Alex Cooper's show, Overboard for Love or whatever. So she's going to be a Dark Lord. She won Traitors. Like she was doing everything, Dancing with the Stars. And Recchia to me always was in the shadow. ABC was never giving her the time of day, but now
she got half as many followers as Gabby when they were co-leads.
I wonder where she's at now. Let me check her out. Let's see if this perfect match is getting her anything. But I just absolutely love to see her finally being presented as I believe she should be.
She posted some social media that was like something about, what is she at?
629, sorry. Okay. I transposed those. It's all right.
She posted something on her socials about like not wanting to watch the last few episodes of Perfect Match, and I'm like, this is where you are thriving. You're like dominating these challenges. We'll get to it. Okay, let's just go.
Let's do it.
These are kind of in order of temporally of the top 10 moments from this dump. We've got number 10. We had the Truth or Dare kissing party in episode 7. This was maybe my top moment watching it because it led to all this drama. We had basically the girls mixer. No one did anything. And then the guys mixer was Rumspringa. Everyone went wild. Everyone was encouraging each other to explore.
Yeah.
In a way that, like, I did not anticipate for this late in the game that there would be this much exploration. And they did it kind of under the guise of this Truth or Dare challenge.
But it's also not like they're not exploring anything. Louis was the one primarily driving that bus, being like, come on, guys. Oh, I'm in. Didn't he? He was the one who had the 3-way kiss, wasn't he?
I mean, someone made him do it.
He's a good reality player. He knows that, like, this is why he's there, and he's putting on a show. He's not exploring anything with anybody.
Right. He's not actually like, will I pivot?
No, in terms of gameplay, no. Nor does he have any actual romantic feelings for any of these players. He is
what
there.
About Sandy?
You know he's dating Huda. You know that. Like you've seen the pictures. We've talked about it. His thing
with Sandy is not real?
100% correct, yes. Louis is there to play that game, to get his numbers up, and to become the linchpin of the NRU. Jowsy's out. Jowsy's in Alex Cooper land. There is a vacated throne for male player of the NRU. Louis is making a run for it in this season.
I mean, who beats Louis? You know, like he was my favorite part of Battle Camp.
Rom-com Dom, maybe.
Dom?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Louis in contention for sure. What's he at now? He's got to be getting close to 1 million, if not over it.
Get that little Huda bump.
Let's see.
By the way, is Huda not coming to the reunion? I saw a whisper of that. I hope that's not true.
He's at 905. He's getting there.
Nice. Good for him.
Yeah, I don't know. Huda better be there.
Yeah, he's wilding out. Ollie's encouraging everyone, but Ollie does not participate in the Truth or Dare. Yeah. But he is trying to get everyone else to do it. Daniel falls for it. He licks a thigh. And then we see, who is it? Louis hooking up in the pool. Daniel hooking up in the pool with, this is Olivia. And who? I can't even remember. Who are they hooking up with?
I have no idea either. This is like part of the mishmash. I think the triple kiss had Hannah in it, maybe. Who's
triple
been
kiss
disappeared.
did have Hannah in it.
Yeah. And she's been disappeared from the entire program. But the kissing party basically leads to a lot of these guys openly lying, which is our number 9 top 10 takeaway. When they come back and they all get together, Daniel withholds the information about licking the thigh. Ollie literally lies about kissing Justine to AD's face. And we get into this kind of like bad play scenario by all the guys. They're making errors left and right. They have to then make amends for it and do their apologies and stuff. But there's just something about Perfect Match to me that I think the players don't. The players are actively making these bad plays, these errors, doing these kisses and stuff because they know they're on this show where the producers, I think, are encouraging them to play out loud and assuring them like, you're not going to be a villain. This is just the show. Go for it.
Oh, and it does Alex? Work. It does. And like, this is how good Louis is, though. He doesn't lie at all. He says all the true facts to Sandy. And Sandy was going to take him back anyway. But in comparison to the other liars, Louis looks pristine.
Yeah, I agree. Because he's like at least honest about it. You know what I would love to be able to do is talk to any of these players about how much are they telling each other? Like, how much is Louis and Sandy, or how much is Louis telling Sandy about like, look, I'm just here on this fucking show. I'm going to tear this thing up. So get ready. We're going to be partners in this. I'm always going to come back to you, but I am going to kiss other players. I'm going to go on dates with other players because I'm here to make the most entertaining season of this show that we can make. Are you in?
I don't think he's overtly saying that. And that is part of what is interesting about these games. Like, I believe, maybe I'm just gullible, but I believe Sandy is into Louis for real. For TRR.
Wow. Well, she might look. This is like impossible to calculate, but Louis, like I said, I think they all know, even a year ago, that he was probably like the heir apparent, or at least he's in that like upper pantheon of male players in the NRU. He's maybe in the top 5, you know. And so when he comes onto that beach, or whatever they call it, the Casa, whatever the villa, whatever they're calling it in NRU, I think all of those players are like, oh, if I can get with him, that will up my stock. And that does play a part in you convincing yourself that you have real feelings for the person. Because you start fantasizing about like, well, shit, maybe we could date for 6 months after the show. Think of the social media we could do.
Think of the social media. Oh my God.
All that kind of stuff. So maybe she does have, you know, in quotes, real feelings or whatever for him. But also I think all these players in the NRU are acutely aware of the fact that like you're on this ladder, you're on this kind of constant ranking system within the NRU of, are you valuable enough to bring you back into some subsequent show?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's really what they're all kind of looking at. I know the Love is Blind players are maybe a little more naive to that than like your Too Hot to Handle players, for example, or people who have even been on Perfect Match in prior seasons. But whoa, is that Luca?
Yeah.
Going wild back there.
It's okay, buddy.
All right, let's move on to our number 8 top 10 takeaway from these 3 episodes. The return of the ultimate Viking. Just have a few drinks. He came back in one of these episodes to like just kind of chill with the guys. He made no play whatsoever to go for any of the women to try and partner up. He was just
not in the document.
Yeah.
But maybe he's the secret fiance of Hannah.
They're actually married at this point. I liked seeing this for him for a variety of reasons. The most kind of the biggest one, I suppose, is that this man has been through hell in reality television. Everything from, rose ceremony from hell to all of the legal stuff that happened after that to just getting roasted online by everybody at all times. And so to see him get to come into the situation, be like, I'm on a reality show and there's no pressure. I'm not the source of any drama. I'm just going to have a few drinks with my buddies and then peace out. I fucking loved it. I absolutely loved just seeing him comfortable, kind of funny, like he just felt free in that moment.
Yeah, he's kind of getting in the mix, kind of like poking people about their situations.
Yeah.
It is nice to see him seem free. Who is not carefree in this dump is our number 7 moment was the Ollie and AD scream fight in episode 8. They match up, but Ollie starts picking this fight, this what we called an error, about her flirting with Ray in order to get back at Ollie, or I don't exactly know what exactly the situation is, but it's like they just repaired the Justine thing.
Yeah.
And I guess it's to try to like get out of the doghouse completely. But definitely an error. And we see that Madison and Freddie can hear them in the next room.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's Ollie and AD are interesting because they are Love is Blinders, but she's the host of the official NRU podcast. He is a very astute reality television player.
Mm-hmm.
It's just my 2 cents. Could be totally wrong, but I'm not. What they're doing is stagecraft. They are putting on a play for us. I don't think that they have any real beef with each other at all. I believe of anybody in this program, they probably were the ones having those like very candid conversations about this is a show. I'm way into you. That ain't going to change, but we have to put on a show. We want our numbers up. I mean, again, AD is the host of the official NRU podcast. You don't think she's there to put on a show?
Oh, no, she is. Look at those outfits.
Absolutely.
I bet they were like, we wear orange on Thursday.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, you're the same color as me.
And so what is more entertaining? Ollie comes in and apologizes for lying about the kiss to Justine. They smooth it over and everything's fine now. No drama here. Or we solved that problem. Now let's create a new one. That's, I think, what they're doing here. I think this is literally manufactured.
I do think when we're talking about the top male NRU players, Ollie is up there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like he's not single, so he's not going to be able to join a lot of these games, but he is extremely entertaining, a great colorful narrator, and he's also able to present this somewhat for TRR story.
Yeah. Well, if I may.
Probably even more than Louis, actually.
Yeah. If the NRU is listening, and I know you are, your next program, and it can be third wave, should be called Couples Challenge or something along those lines. And it's successful couples from all of your Love is Blind shows, from anybody from Bachelor. You could get Shal Crank and Bigger in there. Get Sean Lowe and Catherine Giudice. Reach back into time.
It turns out Shal Crank was like, Recchia doesn't go to the gym enough. That's why they really broke up in the fantasy suites.
She's too old and she doesn't go to the gym enough.
Oh my God. It's like you gotta be lifting or that's life.
Be lifting or de-aging. Anyway, I just think that that's a good premise for a show that would allow you to get some of these past players who are in couples to reemerge. We get to see them again, so it doesn't have to be a dating format, but you're pitting these either married couples or engaged couples or publicly linked couples. Did you ever watch
After the Altar or whatever, the like Love is Blind spinoff?
What season was that?
Early.
Did it have... Yeah, it was like after season 3 or 2.
I never watched it. I don't know what the format. I was guessing it was more like lifestyle rather than like a challenge.
Yes, I think you need the game structure. I mean, Jesus Christ, just do a traders ripoff, some kind of psychosocial dynamics game, but players come in as teams, and the teams are the couples. You know what I mean? Something along those lines is all you need.
You vote off the couple who you think are the traders.
Or you could vote off single players and then a couple gets split up and now you got to recouple. Just for platonic gameplay purposes. You're not making out with them. Maybe you are though. Who knows? You know, you want to make a good show. You got some options. You could do some shit.
Producer hat on.
Hell yeah. Bring back
someone
Lauren
who didn't
Speed
have their
and,
producer hat on.
Oh God, I always forget the guy's name. Cameron Hamilton. I think.
Sounds right.
Bring them back. They were the ones who founded it all. They were the Alex Michels of the NRU.
Yeah, wait. Are they not doing their podcast anymore?
Yeah, they are.
Oh.
But it's not an official NRU.
Interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
they turned T.
Interesting.
Yeah, AD's the sauce now.
You live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
The only person that's not true for is Chris Harrison. He's never seen himself as the villain.
That's true. He's the Rory McIlroy.
He's the unsung hero. Yeah. Okay, moving on to number 6 on our top 10 list. Dark Lord Nick Lachey explaining the late game rules in episode 8. No singles can rematch after they're all brought back together.
At this big mixer.
Yeah, and it's like all of the couples who are already matched are just going to match up. The entire like late phase of Perfect Match in terms of game structure, unnecessary, not thought out, very bad, no drama, don't do it, and yet they do it here again. I guess there's a mentality of like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We have also seen on Battle Camp, just like poor game mechanics, basically.
Oh, God.
And I think the NRU struggles with that a little bit. The basic kind of game mechanics of Perfect Match, I think, actually work very well. That the winning couple gets to go into this boardroom and select who gets to come in. But even those selections are like a little bit forced by producers, and it's a dwindling player pool. By the time you get to this point, it's like...
It's all leftovers.
Yeah, we've seen all these people already in the show. I think if you had a bigger player pool, like 20 people to pick from, that might be interesting. I don't know.
They just have like hordes in the hotels waiting, hoping.
Hell yeah.
I agree. I like definitely producer heavy handed. Remember when Lucy won and they had to pick one of the strongest couples and dump someone with it? Yeah, I agree. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it with that element of like, why are you messing with the boardroom like that? We didn't get anything. We just got Madison and who else was split up? Madison and Ollie just pining for their person for one day. That's all we got. The only good thing that did come out of this would be Juliet peeling Scott, I would say. That was probably my play of the dump.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you couldn't match with other singles, but they should have let the singles match up. Put a few more beds in the living room just for like one night or something.
Because last season, these late game entries won the whole goddamn game because the bombshells basically got together, made a pact that we're voting for the bombshells in the end. So all of the OG couples got essentially just passed up. None of them won because
but couldn't that still happen?
No,
we haven't gotten to the vote.
What's that?
We haven't gotten to the vote.
But there are no couples that don't at least have one OG or one like very early phase bombshell. And this makes sure of that. Like no late stage bombshells can match up and win the whole game. That this is their attempt to try to circumnavigate that, to be like, fuck you players. We still control everything in this game.
An OG has to win.
Yeah. They basically, the players in last season basically found an exploit in the poor game mechanics, and they exploited the living shit out of it. And it was a very, I mean, to me, it wasn't disappointing, but I think generally the audience was disappointed that a brand new couple won this thing based on the vote. But it also is like that's a problem with the game itself. The bombshell nature of it is that you are inherently giving some people more screen time just from being there from the beginning. All of that, by the way, is negotiated by players in their contracts, I found out. So if you can negotiate to be an OG
or not.
Yeah.
So why wasn't Recchia there at the beginning?
Because I think they called her later after that had already been negotiated with the NRU players.
Or to fuck with Clayton.
Yes, basically.
Well, we then see our number 5 moment, which is in episode 8, Louis, Daniel, and Ollie, all eggs, Sandy, Lucy, and AD. So we knew these couples were not breaking up. No matter what, no matter who played what in what pool, but this solidifies it. I'm not going for any bombshells.
And by the way, they've done all these all eggs things. We are now, one episode is left in the season and then a reunion as well, I believe. No one has raised a love level beyond 1 in this entire game. And I don't know if that's because producers are telling them not to do it. I don't know if it's like just player hesitation that like it'll look bad if you use a love level, an escalated love level, and then you have to dump the person. Like, I don't know what the reason for that is, but it seems at this point, like each one of these guys, the all eggsing is a fine play to prove that the apology for kissing or whatever the transgression was, to prove that that's real. Fine. But you really do want to seal that with a love level raise, in my opinion. And none of them did it.
I could still see it from Ollie and AD. We did see an accidental love level 4 from Juliet. Our chaos queen. Love you.
Yeah. Oops. Did I just say that? Oh my God. Yeah. She's great. But
I love
these all eggsing plays are like, I mean, they're official all eggsing. They say the words, but we know that like in concept, this has been basically already done since episode 1.
Yes.
These are
no
the
one
oldest
has strayed.
couples. Exactly.
Yeah. And that is something that has been frustrating about watching, is them setting up these false stakes of like, maybe we'll get to it, but maybe Sandy will go with JR for the 3rd time. Like there's no stakes because we obviously know they're not pivoting.
Yes, totally agree.
Oh gosh. Maybe this was my favorite moment from the dump. Number 4, the guys with the "we're fucked" dance. Even when they were doing villainous shit in episode 8.
Yeah, it was great. God, I love this
cute.
as well. There is just something like, to me, this was the crystallizing moment for this show specifically that really puts on display the NRU loves toxic play, loves a villain. They are letting these guys celebrate the fact that they're about to get demolished for whatever they have done in the kissing challenge and all this. And they're like in a little conga line going in a circle going, "We're fucked. We're fucked. We're fucked. We're fucked." And it's like, the fact that the villains can have fun being villains is, you just miss it. Like Bachelor doesn't have that anymore at all. It hasn't for a long time. I think like, to me, Tierra Lacazzi was kind of in the end of that era-ish. It went a little further. You had some other kind of fun villains from time to time. Crane Olympios, I would argue, in 21, maybe it was like the last great one before the whole thing turned. And it was like, if you're a villain now, you're a hated pile of shit who gets deserved death threats. The NRU doesn't have it.
No, they have like multiple players who are in quote unquote 4TRR relationships winking to camera being like, "I'm a little toxic."
Yeah, exactly. And I like it. They usually say, "I like being a little toxic." I don't know who that was, but somebody sounds like that.
Sounds like Freddie, but he wouldn't say that.
Yeah. Me like being a little bit toxic when me eats the corpses and me freezer.
Toxic chemicals when I'm pulling them apart, putting them back together.
Me is toxic, literally. Me drank a gallon of formaldehyde, me did.
How do you think I keep these abs frozen like this? You can't work out. I don't care what Ultimate Viking says.
Yeah.
You can't get this at the gym. You got to steal it off a dead body, you do.
He's sewing corpse abs onto himself. Yeah. These abs came from a bodybuilder who died 5 years ago.
That has been one of my favorite parts, too, is doing Freddie's weird fantasy ITMs in Kazagor. I love a chant. I love a dance. You know, I loved Eat That Kitty in the Hideaway in Love Island. I love the We're Fucked circle dance here.
Me too. Moving on. Number 3. The guys answering for their kissing transgressions in episode 8. This was kind of like dramatically, narratively speaking, one of the biggest moments of the season so far, that all of these guys did something bad or they shouldn't have or whatever with the female players in the split week, including Daniel licking the thigh, including Louis' triple kiss, and include who else did something? Did Daniel make out with somebody? He did.
Daniel was making out.
Olivia?
Daniel and Louis were both making out in the circle pool.
Yeah. So we know that they're going to have to answer for this. And by the way, the guys know too. This goes back to what I was talking about earlier. As they're doing it, they are aware this is not going to be good, in quotes, for my relationship. I'm going to have to come clean. How much do I want to lie and whatever? They also like they have been on other reality shows. They understand they can't get away with lying about it, but they still give into the narrative structure. They still say, I'm going to do this because I know it's going to be a big moment and I'll be the center of attention for a minute. At what cost? They don't give a shit. If it blows up their whole relationship, which also they know it won't because of the nature of the game mechanics dictate that you have to be in a couple. They go through with it. That triple kiss that Louis does, when that's happening, he's got to be like, this is fucking fantastic. This is going to be a huge moment in the actual competition part of it. And it's going to set up what I'm going to have to do in my next thing, which is an apology and a no. So it's like in his mind, I think it's a play that just, it ices the rest of his 24 hours. It gives him exactly what he needs to do.
It's part of why episodes 7 and 8 were two of my favorite episodes of the season.
Yeah.
You had this like bacchanalia and then all the girls are angry and they have to pay. But they're all forgiven, obviously.
Of course.
Pretty fast. I believe Daniel just picks Lucy up and that's it. Let's match. Yeah. She's like, okay.
He forklifts her. The magic of a good forklifting. You can erase a brain.
It erases a brain. That's called dick sand.
Oh.
That's the official term. I didn't make that up.
What is it? Dick sand?
Like quicksand, but dick sand.
Ah. I've heard dickmatized.
Same thing.
Okay.
Synonyms. Our number 2 moment from this dump, we got the Fear Factor / Survivor challenge, in which they partially change a tire, eat gross crickets and churros, and then do a puzzle.
And they had to eat a pepper.
And a pepper. Oh, and an ice bath. And some weird
black pudding or something. It was like, this challenge doesn't work, in my opinion. It's just kind of like the crickets are. Look, we saw on Battle Camp they had to eat a whole ass tarantula, like its whole fucking body, and they did this.
Nightmare.
It's like, if you're gonna go Fear Factor, go fucking Fear Factor. A pepper and some crickets, that's not Fear Factor. And so it be
you're saying not gross enough.
Well, it's not gross enough, or it's not funny enough, you know? Like the crickets, so I forget who it was. One of the dudes was just like, gulp, just put it in his mouth like, I'm hungry. I need more. This isn't going to sustain me. You know, there were a couple of people that were like kind of gagging on it or whatever, but like not that much. It didn't seem to deter them. And I think the kind of Survivor style challenge of like multiple stations where you have to do this and do this and put together this, I'm like, I guess it works. I don't know. I just don't.
No, I like the only one I thought was interesting was the tire, because to me that somewhat is like in the realm of quote unquote the philosophy of the show of finding a perfect match. Like you can work out this like real world problem together. And it led to some funny moments.
They should have gone to an IKEA and had them give them a shopping list and be like, the first one to
build this thing.
Not even build it. The first one to get all these items and successfully check out of an IKEA with all these items and then have it delivered to your house successfully. That's the winner. That's some real relationship shit. If you can survive an IKEA outing together, you're doing something correct, I think.
You have to go to the gym for the same exact amount of time.
Yeah. Who can live inside of a gymnasium with Ultimate Viking for the longest? That's the ultimate couple.
But this does lead to our girl, Rachel Recchia, winning with Ray. And what do they win? A terrible wrestling date. There were too many like fighting themed dates. I was like, what man wrote this show?
Well, it's in Mexico though, isn't it? They're shooting it in Mexico, Tulum.
Yeah.
So it's like the luchador wrestling tradition.
It's like a local tradition. I just like, I don't like fighting at all in any form. And this is like my nightmare date. I have to wrestle. And they like don't look sexy when they've got those full face masks on. To me.
Yeah, to you. Somebody out there's like, oh my God, give me more of this.
I know. But I'm sure there was someone who liked the milk mouth passing challenge in Love Island too.
Yeah.
But they get this boardroom decision, which doesn't really matter at all.
Yeah.
But that leads us to our number one item, the last chance dates, which see Sandy going on a massage date with her ex JR, who she's already decided and picked Louis above basically multiple times. And then Juliet going out with Carrington, eating some local foods.
Yeah, these dates were unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's like nobody's believing this. Nobody's caring about this. And again, it's the same problem that like the late stage game in Perfect Match is just irrelevant. They have to fill 10 episodes. I liked seeing these players get another chance for some screen time, but nothing comes of it.
Yeah. Carrington talks about his ancestral riz, which doesn't help him.
Yeah, his ancestors abandoned him. Can you believe it?
Not as good as Scott's ancestors. But yeah, that's our 3 episodes.
That is our 3 episodes. So now we're going to do this thing, PaceCase. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Open the portal.
I'm ready. Are you sharing your screen with me?
Do you want me to
do this?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, so we can look at the same.
Okay, let me share my screen with ye. There we go. We're in the Bachelor subreddit now. All right. So the number one post, the first post, we're going to do this in chronological order. Let's just dive in. We want to take some temperatures here. How is the Bachelor Reddit? How is this community feeling about our beloved game? We're just going to, again, I'm not cutting any corners, not pulling any punches. This is the most recent post 1 day ago. Let me actually refresh this.
Ordered in best.
Just to make sure that I'm correct here. Oh, no. What? Something else came up.
2 days ago.
Unpopular opinion. Where did my 1 day go, though? Where was that? Here's one from 7 hours ago. What happened to Bachelor in Paradise? In other seasons, I know for a fact that Jeremy wouldn't have got off scot-free. Someone would have chased him down the beach. Someone, grocery store Joe. Something would have been thrown. A cake. More people would have showed up. Jeremy would have been surrounded. They would have called him out. But this season,
more people would have showed up? What does that mean? Disgruntled females?
Or maybe people that he could fight. Jeremy would have been surrounded. They would have called him out. But this season, they're all defending him. Do these idiots not care about Bailey at all? Are they not going to defend their friend? Real friends wouldn't stand for the shit. Real friends would have dragged Jeremy for filth. Why couldn't they do what a lot of the cast members did to Tom after what he did to Ariana. The fuck? I hate Aaron, and recent posts of you guys saying he should have been dragging these men. I was like, fuck no, but now I agree. He would have had Bailey's back. I can't. This is Big Body, or not Big Body Trash Can, sorry.
Aaron Clancy?
Aaron Clancy, yeah, I'm sure that they're referencing here. I can't stand Brian, and he's treated Parisa horribly. I still hate him, but he's right about this. He's the only one who has Bailey's back. Jeremy is his friend too, but he was completely appalled by what he did and decided to do the right thing. Real friends also call each other out for their shit. The fact that these B word are making me defend Brian. I still think Parisa should run though, but Brian, he did a good thing for once. Okay. So that's just dipping a toe into the Bachelor subreddit. I agree with what some of this poster is saying. We are in a different era of paradise where somebody who has a legitimate title like Brian did this past episode, it just does not work. It falls on deaf ears. And the person who did the transgression, Jeremy, who lied directly to Bailey, who had this whole background shit going on where he's telling all these other players he wants to be with Susie Evans. And if she came back, he'd propose all this. That is just completely overlooked by everyone else. And I agree with this poster. I don't quite understand why.
Look, we're only seeing a very edited small slice of what is actually going on here. But from the edit, it seems to me like Jeremy has more of a second audience game. There's like a hierarchy in the second audience, and it's kind of a band together. Don't take shit that's happening to one of us.
Yeah.
This is the Paradise Charm we want. Season 6. It's DLH welcoming John Paul Jones in a blue Speedo. John Paul Jones is sprinting down the stairs.
Oh my God. And then he does the hair flip.
Wow. Oh, I wish he had gone in the water.
I mean, that clip is just so indicative. I agree with this poster. That clip of John Paul Jones sprinting onto the sand, the energy, the enthusiasm, the excitement, that is all gone from Paradise, unfortunately. It's very sad to see. We have a post. Who is the
DLH
biggest crier?
posted that.
Probably. It's just all, there's some thread that's like, we missed this energy. And it's just all Dark Lord Harrison clips. Somebody from 19 hours ago posted, who is the biggest crier the franchise has ever seen? It is a quad split of Ashley Iaconetti, Hannah Brown, Rachel Recchia, and Bela Kai, Blake Horseman.
Is this a joke? I feel like Iaconetti wins by a lot.
Oh, of course. Yeah, she's the greatest crier of all time.
Recchia second.
But this is posted 19 hours ago. Just look at the players featured here.
Mm-hmm.
None of them are from more recently than 3 years ago.
No.
None of them.
Unless you're watching PM.
Correct. Well, even Ricky's on here.
I mean, Hannah's on this season, kind of.
Come on.
Barely.
Give me a
Not
break.
Really.
Come on. What do you...
I saw Bela Kai's getting married.
Come on now. All right, let's continue down here.
Mm-hmm. Alex Theory. I think she only kept the Jeremy stuff to herself this whole time because she didn't want Bailey to be single available for Andrew to explore. Interesting.
It is interesting. I guess she only kept Jeremy stuff to herself because she didn't want Bailey to be single.
I saw that Alex posted something defending keeping the Jeremy secret. She posted a long text story about it.
Let's see what else we got.
Oh, here it is.
Okay.
Alex Godden. Hey all, I want to take a moment to address Monday's episode. First, I'd like to say that I should have told Bailey about Jeremy's phone call as soon as I could. I felt this way long before the episode aired and have apologized to Bailey privately months ago and have continued to do so. To provide more context, when Jeremy told me he called Susie, he did not tell me the details of the call. I also did not hear any of his private interviews or his other ongoing comments about Susie. This is why when Bailey tells me that Jeremy said he would propose to Susie, I stated that I had not heard him say that because I hadn't. When Jeremy told me about the call, Bailey was away on her date and I was sleeping when she returned. Sleeping defense.
This is only half of the post.
Yeah,
the next day, I spoke to Jeremy again about the call in a conversation. My old eyes, I have to zoom in. Again about the call in a conversation that wasn't aired, and he told me that him and Bailey had talked and were in a good place. I had a friendship with Jeremy before Paradise, but was still growing a new friendship with Bailey on Paradise, and it was difficult to decide what my involvement should be. However, I should have brought it up to Bailey regardless and checked in on her. It's not an excuse. Please keep in mind that a reality TV show is only showing small clips of long days and conversations between all of us. At the end of the day, I'm so happy that Jeremy and Bailey found a true connection on the show, and I continue to wish both of them nothing but the best. Looking forward to the rest of this journey. Heart hands emoji, Alex. This is approximately 250,000 words, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. How many perfect match players do you see issuing
apologies,
novel, long apologies about something they did or didn't do in the show? Zero. This is a Bachelor Nation thing because she feels like she's going to get crucified. Exactly. She's getting bad DMs because what? She didn't tattle or do whatever. And there's just this feeling in Bachelor Nation, I think, where like they don't support players. And she's not even a villain. She's just like a regular player in this season and still feels the need to put out something like this. It's a lot. We've got,
and like they're not like, no one's watching the show. They're not getting followers, and she's still getting this amount of hate messages.
Yeah.
This is so funny.
We've got a post about Rachel Recchia, the stuff we were talking about, where it's a shot of Rachel and Clayton, and it says Rachel spills the real reason behind Clayton's vague comments about why he doesn't think they're compatible. Quote, "It's because I'm not a gym girl." And there's a bunch of slides here. I believe this is from her appearance on that podcast.
Ooh. Wait, go back. I want to read it.
Sorry.
I was like, why are you making people speculate like this? This is more evil than just saying what it is, because now people think I'm doing weird stuff behind closed doors or whatever. Rachel says, guilty.
That's us.
Oh my God.
He wants someone that lives a very active lifestyle and goes to the gym and hits the weights, and it's not me. It's never going to be me. I like to travel and go shop and sit at the bar. I agree. I go on a hot girl walk. Fantastic. He wants to clarify, though, and I will give him this. It's not that he thinks I have a bad body, she explains. It's just that my lifestyle of not liking to go hike or go to the gym is not compatible with him. And if you want to date Clayton Echard, you better be hitting the weights.
Wow. Deal breaker.
And then she kind of...
As far as why he played coy on the Vial Files, Rachel explains he thought if he said that, the public would take it as an attack on my body or that I'm lazy or something. She clarifies she does work out, but not the kind of exercises he seems to want. I don't go to Equinox. Equinox membership needed to date him. Wowee.
This is hilarious. Rachel also reiterates that she's an active person, so his reasoning doesn't exactly add up to her. Quote, if it was a lifestyle thing where I was genuinely lazy, I don't even know how to explain it. I'm like, Clayton, I do exercise. She emphasizes.
And she's a pilot. It's not a very lazy career.
Exactly. She also wonders if things would have turned out differently had this topic come up earlier. Quote, I don't think we talked about that on The Bachelor, so maybe I wouldn't have gotten this far if day one I was like, oh, by the way, hot girl walks and yoga only, no dumbbells. All right.
Interesting.
Yeah. Is Andrew now putting the blame on Bailey? And we see here a couple of comments that Andrew has posted on Instagram. It looks like Jeremy is a grown-ass man. That's his convo to have. I stand on it. Hashtag Bachelor in Paradise. Also funny that y'all are tripping about us not telling Bailey about a phone call that we have no context to, but okay. With the fact that she didn't tell Parisa that Brian was the one who asked her to go on a secret rendezvous when she had no context to his intentions yet. Hashtag Bachelor in Paradise. Y'all do know we are seeing all the ITMs and conversations for the first time as if we aren't in the room when things are said. Only those people know. Hashtag Bachelor in Paradise. So he's kind of falling back on the edit there a little bit. This is not real. We didn't know about it. Blah,
a lot
blah,
of
blah.
Contradicting the edit.
We got a clip from Bailey on Happy Hour. Do you want to see this?
Podcast? Okay. How long is it?
It's 46 minutes and 33 seconds. Ready to do another podcast?
No, thank you.
All right, we'll continue on. Spoiler discussion. Sean strikes back.
What is this?
Sean McLaughlin apparently has posted a picture of himself, and it says last picture about sums it up ... bag of money emoji. And the picture is him kissing Alicia at their rose ceremony, and her head is replaced with a bag of money. That's pretty good. Pretty funny.
I don't know what is he striking back against?
I have no idea. There's a Netflix promotion in there. There's a parody thing. Rachel on Love to See It. They're talking about her podcast appearance that we've talked about a lot here. This is an interesting one. I've never seen. Is there more to this one? Yeah, let me click on this. This is from 2 days ago. I've never seen the entire fan base turn against almost the entire cast before. Trigger warning, it says. I'm feeling incredibly disgusted with these people in a way I never have, with this show previously. I'm a newer viewer, so maybe I'm just naive, particularly as I watched them attempt to justify themselves further on social media today surrounding the situation with Jeremy, Brian, Bailey. If Wells were not there to act as a foil, they would all be leaning on production edits more than some of them already are, but I've never seen a situation where the entire cast were borderline gaslighting one castmate and subsequently the entire audience. I also do not find that any of these women make a particularly good future bachelorette, and obviously the men don't. Between Andrew dating teenagers, and the bullshit just about every other member has pulled. I don't know what that's referring to. At least not one who will stand up for herself when a man or her own friends treats her like shit. This season is full of people who are absolutely toxic as fuck, and this last part made me feel icky, to be honest. Now, just to clarify, we don't know any of these people. What we're seeing in this edit is in large part 100% manipulated by producers to get you to feel some type of way about any of these players. So I think this poster needs to potentially take a little bit of a step back and understand that the document you're looking at is not real. It is a manufactured entertainment product to get you to hate certain people, to like certain people, whatever the case may be.
Like feeling disgust, like that's a really intense emotion. I
also think like this transgression that is the main point of this post. The hiding from Bailey of the Susie thing. It is one of the weakest transgressions maybe that we've seen in Bachelor history. It's not that big of a deal, in my opinion. We've seen way crazier stuff on Bachelor in Paradise. People get in fist fights on Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah.
Baylock High got drugged through the mud on his season for having had sex with, I believe, 3 players at Stagecoach or Coachella, maybe. It was Stagecoach, I think, prior to showing up.
3 over the course of a weekend.
Just fucking wrecked. He was wrecked on that season. We've seen people throw things in fires. We've seen all kinds of wild shit on Bachelor in Paradise. We've
seen a man shit his pants, allegedly.
We know that was fake.
Oh, well, I'm just saying the edit can make you think whatever. And that's an example of something that'll make you feel disgust.
Yeah.
That maybe wasn't real.
That's true.
Yeah, I look, this is going to sound sad, but I am like surprised by the level of engagement that this Susie phone call drama is getting on the subreddit. Like it's like
there's 58
people are engaging
comments on this. One of them reads, the way we were all so mad at Brian for breaking bro code was absolutely insane. Like Wells said, are we taking crazy pills? How did none of them see how fucked up that was? That they all wanted Bailey to stay in the dark. Also, fuck Jeremy for lying and saying he didn't say the proposal part. It's on fucking camera! 3 exclamation points. I agree with this poster to some degree. Not maybe with the severity of the post, but even in our recap, I said this is maybe the only times in history I'm going to agree with Wells Adams. Like, by all rights. No,
you've been saying fuck Jeremy all the time.
With 3 things. It's on fucking camera! I do agree with Wells. Like, I am, if nothing else, a traditionalist when it comes to the game structure and the methodology by which high-level players play our beloved game. And to have a tattle like Brian had with bulletproof backup information that is, again, on fucking camera to play that tattle and have it be completely ineffective, not only ineffective, to have it turned back on you was insane to me. Tattling generally isn't a good idea because it associates you with whatever that drama is, and then you're likely to just become collateral damage in it. This was something far different because the tattle had no effect on the relationship that was the target of the tattle. It only became detrimental to the tattler. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that with legitimate tattle ammo.
If I were to speculate, and again, this is all on stuff we don't know what the timing of or context of any of it is, I would say you should have done the tattle earlier. Like, it sounds like the Susie stuff was like it was early days, and so that's part of why it's like not taken as seriously. And I wonder if that's producers making him wait. Oh God.
This comment, I'm mad that they were so shitty to Bailey that I'm siding with Wells. All caps, Wells. And then it's the meme of the dog drinking his coffee in a burning house that says, "This is fine."
I feel ya, poster.
I've never felt so aligned with the Bachelor subreddit in my entire life.
This person says if it doesn't work out, Parisa Bryan could be the next Bachelor. That's a wild take. I think Parisa would be an interesting Bachelor.
It's also just like, that's not happening. The next Bachelor is an unknown. That's 100% verified. We're not seeing anyone from the season of BIP as the next Bachelor. No one is. It's
certainly no one's getting the edit.
Yeah. This goes on and on and on. There's so many posts. Here we go. Tortured Swiftie department, right? The show has clearly jumped the shark, unfortunately. There's almost no one likable left, whether that's because they're acting shitty or because the edits are only showing all the shitty stuff, and that is really what it is. There's no care to give us likable couples to root for. The leads are not protected anymore from awful edits either, so there's simply no more protagonists to want to watch for. I think the franchise needs to come to an end for a few years and revamp, kind of like Temptation Island had earlier seasons, went off air, then came back with a new host and better format/storytelling abilities. I agree with this entire post, except for that it needs to go away for a few years. You just need better people running this. You need people who understand what this show is, what this format is, and what generally the reality dating television arena is like now.
Yeah. How to portray your A couples, like we're just talking about like how they portray Louis and Ollie, etc. Like, they're still likable even when they're doing bad stuff. They are literally putting like dark mafia music under Jeremy and Brian. They're like, hate these people, hate them.
And there's also a problem, like Bachelor's had this problem really since Alon Gale left, and it is now at the worst it's ever been. It's an identity problem. What is this show we're watching? And so they're the powers that be. I'm talking about the studio and the network and NZK to some degree as well, the production company behind The Bachelor. When Alon Gale left, there was this vacuum created in the upper tiers of the producerial departments. Who is going to be the next Alon Gale? Who's going to be able to step in and basically take control of the whole show? Who's going to be the new head of it? And that wound up being two people, Bennett Graebner and Claire Freeland, who I think were enamored with the fence jump moment, which was the last thing really Alon Gale gave us as executive producer and showrunner of The Bachelor. And they thought they needed to replicate something like that. Driving your lead to a nervous breakdown that was so severe, they not only threatened to leave the show, took physical action to do so. We all remember Colton Underwood marching off into the night and Dark Lord Harrison chasing after him. Colton! That ideology has put us where we are now. Destroy your leads at all costs. That is good entertainment. Make people cry and break down. Get the audience to hate people. We saw that culminate maybe most drastically with Ultimate Viking Clayton Echard, season 26. In everything they did to him that season.
And then the next season, having a child army sing a song about how he sucks.
Exactly. So the identity of this show, and indeed the kind of driving creative ideology behind it from top down, from the executive producers down, was destroy these players that is what the show is. People want to see what they believed was good TV, was people crying and having nervous breakdowns and being driven to want to leave the show. Unfortunately, that was very ill-informed. It's not what anyone wants to watch, and it tainted the entire identity of the show to such a degree that any incoming players now fear that will happen to them. And so nobody is free to play the game. Nobody is free to express who they are and do fun, big reality TV moves. Now, that kind of toxic duo has been removed from the franchise. They are no longer at the head. They were fired recently after the disaster of Grant Ellis' season. But Claire Freeland was the one who directly made the decision to have Jen Tran sit on that couch, watch back her proposal tape with Devin Strader, and then utter the now infamous line after Jesse Palmer says, "Do you want to watch this back? Do I have a choice?" She says. That moment,
after they had said they were going to do a much better job protecting their leads, especially leads of color.
Yeah, they went into the LA Times and lied. After the season was shot, though, they knew the outcome of the season, and then they gave that interview. All of that said, the remedy now seems to be hire this guy, Scott Teddy, who comes from Summer House, to do BIP season 10, which he has done. And then my assumption would have been, if the network and studio are happy with how BIP season 10 came out, they would give him the keys to the kingdom. They have done that. Now, they did that. They made that decision very early in BIP. They didn't wait to see what the ratings were or anything. I think it was during the week of the airing of the first episode. They gave him the keys. They ordered season 30 of Bachelor, which they had put off. It was not part of upfronts, as all other ABC orders were. That was the only show that they made no mention of. And so it was like, are they or are they not going to do this? They have also come out and said in an interview, they may not do a Bachelor every season or a Bachelorette every season. It's if they can find good cast. So it's on shaky ground there too. All this is to say, I don't think it's necessary for Bachelor to go away for a couple of years to revamp. What is necessary is for them to get somebody in the driver's seat who knows what this show is and what they want to do with it. That may be Scott Teddy. I'm not saying that it's not. This season of BIP.
And let them do their vision too. Don't handicap them with the Goldens, the money prize, only a couple weeks to prepare these shitty competitions.
I think that is what's happening in BIP. I don't think we can look at BIP 10 and get an accurate assessment of if Scott Teddy can run this franchise or not. I think he was put into an impossible situation with all the things you're saying that the network is forced upon him. The show looks a lot better, but the thing that makes me the most scared, honestly, is the game mechanics of the challenges. None of them are done well. They're almost like contrary to the nature of what the show should be. That opening intro that we saw this past week with all animals, like what the fuck is that? There was one joke that they did where somebody said they're laughing in Vegas when they did that challenge of the betting.
Kathy.
And they zoomed out of planet Earth and then zoomed back into Las Vegas to hear people laughing. They're doing some weird editorial shit, some weird creative decisions that don't work at all. And that might be a result of throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. But I don't I don't have confidence in what Scott Teddy is doing. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because Bachelor, the main game, is a different product. Maybe he will have more creative control. Maybe he'll get that done better. It's an easier, I think, structure to deal with. The season of BIP is kind of all over the place, but I don't think you need to take years off. I think you just need somebody in that driver's seat who knows what the fuck they're doing, which we have not had for a while. There's no reason
to take years off. It's just you need one clear vision for the show, top to bottom.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're seeing a patchwork of different stuff.
100%.
I do like how it looks visually. So
yeah,
I'm hopeful for that, and that there's no challenges in Bachelor. And maybe he'll even get to pick his lead and the players. I think that helps a lot.
Does it? I mean, I think he had some hand in picking who was on BIP. And that's a way broader player pool to pick from than will be who's coming into Bachelor 30. I don't know. I mean, I have a lot of questions, and I think Bachelor season 30 is going to be maybe even more significant than BIP in terms of telling us what direction is this thing moving. BIP is just kind of like a stop loss to me. It's like, okay, we're still going to do Bachelor in Paradise. It's almost like a trial run or something for Scott Teddy. Like, I don't even think the network gives a shit too much about how the ratings are tanking and nobody's watching it.
Clearly,
and
if they
everybody
picked
hates
it up after 1 week.
Yeah.
Well, that's our check-in with the nation.
Yeah, let us know how you like this Reddit thing. I had fun doing it. I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was very interesting. I mean, my bar is literally so low at this point, but I'm like, oh, people are engaging on this BIP season. That's good.
Yeah, with hatred, pure hatred.
With hatred. That's engagement. I don't know.
It's engagement season.
Clues and I are going to.
Come on.
I mean, where is she? She should be on sand.
Yeah.
God. We are going to be testing out this Love is Blind UK season on Casa Gore. We're going to watch the first episode, see if we're hooked or not. So come join us, patreon.com/Game of Roses. And that's also where you can get our ad-free episodes, our weekly live shows that we do every single week.
Every Monday, 4:30 p.m.
Monday.
PST.
And we will be back on Tuesday with our next VIP recap. Praise be Dark Lord Palmer.
Please rate this podcast. Please review this podcast. Please get a friend to listen to us, and then please rate this podcast. Please review this podcast.